Hello my friends, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing very well. Today's video, I want to talk about primes, specifically what primes can you get with your NSEA protector. I know we all love the whole Galaxy Quest arc, or hated it, had a passion for it because it's not technically Star Trek. But as part of it, you can get new primes. And putting this video out, obviously this is way after the fact, but someone in my alliance reminded me, hey, Grand Admiral Hunter, what about this? Have you ever made a video about that? And I was like, I don't think I have. So I may have mentioned in another video, but this one will just talk about that. So let's talk about the primes. Let's hop in, let's talk about it. And I'm going to share with you my personal strategy, what I've been trying to implement, because there's one prime in particular that I kind of felt like for me had a lot of value. And sometime along the video, feel free to leave a comment down below to let me know which, if any of the primes you are working on as well. So anyways, let's hop into it and let's talk about it. Why? Because the players matter. Okay, so here we are in game. For those who don't know, don't have their protector, I think it's a very, very, very valuable ship. Really reduces your mirror universe grind. There's a lot of cool things. It just mines super fast, and I'm getting you access to some more research that's really helpful. But let's talk specifically about the research. So if we hop in here, go to the mirror universe, and we scroll to the right, we've got this liquid omega trillium store on the very right. So we hop into there, and let's look at this. You have these different primes here. Prime particles, repair prime, faction event, elite recruit, and away teams particle. As you may notice here that I am working on this one right here, and we'll talk about kind of my strategy and why I'm implementing that strategy. Because I base it upon the current officers I've unlocked. You may be a little bit different on the different officers that you're hoping to unlock. So that will be up to you, but I'll explain my methodology, my thinking, right? I want to tell you why I decided to pick what I did. So before we hop into that though, let's look really quick. Just pull this up and let me get rid of my camera so it's not in the way. There we go. And I'm going to zoom in just to make sure you can see that. We'll try and make it fit as best we can here. So here are the 4 primes that you can get. And once again, big shout out to Jules Verne, Quasar, Blue Mandalorian, and the Star Trek Fleet Command community. I actually have joined for a while now Blue's Discord. Blue's fantastic. You should definitely follow him. He has quite a good group there that frequently when I have questions, they give me some really good feedback and help. So thank you, Blue, and all that you do for us, Quasar, Jules Verne, and everyone in the community. Okay, so repair prime particle is the first one here. It increases base repair cost efficiency for all ships. So if you're finding the cost for your repairs is significant, this is a good one. I kind of have found that I do work on efficiency, but I'm kind of at the point where there's enough in the game and they give out enough enough materials to fix your ships. I don't know, it just kind of doesn't seem as impactful to me as the other primes. Like, it's still valuable, absolutely, but it's not the first one that I went after. The faction event particle increases faction rep and token gains from the daily faction event. So that can be helpful to help you get more tokens, more rep. We always need more rep. Right now, I'm in G6 land, as many of you know. And it does become really important to get more rep. I'm working on the 500 billion lock. So yikes, that is spicy. But yes, as you go up in operations, you get bigger ships. They can hit bigger targets and give you more reps. So it's not a huge deal. We'll talk about this one here and the reason why I'm going after in a minute, but this greatly improves the officer yields and the FKR elite faction recruit refineries, which are kind of meh, to be honest. But if it's going to help out with that, then there could be a strategy that you may want to employ. I'd love to hear from you if you agree with my thinking or not, but that's the one I'm going to work on, or I have been working on, and I've been working on it since the release. So that is difficult. Okay, this last one gives you Prime Away Team Extension, Materials Extractor, and Maximum Warp. So interesting here, this does have value, I think. One extra away team assignment. I kind of feel like at this point in my game, at least, the away teams are kind of dying. Who here agrees with me? What do you think? Gosh, it's just that they need to really revamp it. I'm not getting as much value out of it as I used to. It's not exciting anymore. The rewards are, I mean, like the away team missions where you can get those away team credits. I haven't been able to use those on really anything valuable for a long time. G5 plus, basically, you can't really spend on anything in the away team store as far as ships go, and so it's like, you know, what's the point? Just, I wish Scopely would revisit some of this older stuff, right? So that one, you'll have to determine if that's valuable to you or not. You can also get this one, the Materials Extractor, to increase the base mining rate 100%. So if you needed more mining speed, this could be helpful to you. Of these three, I think Maximum Warp is the most important, because as you go up in level, you need to have more warp speed so you can get to those farther systems all the quicker. So this also has here, I just want to make it big enough so you could all see it, but the particles needed. Now I'm going for the FKR one, and that's going to cost 2,000. I get like 12 a day. 12, about 12. There's two options, and since I've done my poll for today, I can't see it. I think one's 12. I can't remember what the other is, but you don't get much. It takes a long time to unlock these, so you have to determine if that's worth it to you. I think for the free-to-play who don't already have these primes, I think that this is a great way to just slow down your grind a little bit, or your turn-ins just a little bit, and I'll talk about what I mean by that. So let's pull up the game here. Let's go back to the refinery. Whoops, it's right here. There's a lot of refineries. So I pulled these like normal. The one thing I do in this store, though, is that I'll pull this one, this one, this one, but then when I do my mirror dust, you can do the single pull or the double pull, and if you do the double pull, then you don't have enough left over to do any of this for the primes here. So what I mean by slowing it down a little bit is you don't get as much of this mirror dust as opposed to if you double pulled it and just ignored the primes. So I'd love to hear from you. Do you find the research? It'd be interesting to hear from you all, but do you find the research interesting? I personally find that the primes are worth it to me, and so I slow down my progress just a little bit by not double pulling this one here. I do always make sure I pull the beryllium spheres. That is top-notch priority, because my protector's tier 8 now, and I feel like it's been tier 8 for a very long time. Like up to maybe tier 6 or 7, it seemed to progress pretty well, but once I got to 8, it was just like, okay, it's kind of stuck here, you know? And I'm sure that's Scopely's way of being like, spend, buy more packs. No, but I almost have it to the next tier, so that's exciting. Within a week, I think, maybe less. So anyway, so that's my strategy here. Let me talk to you about why Elite Recruit Prime and what this one means for those who don't know. You can go into your faction, and what is it, a couple thousand, I think, for me to get. I'd have to look up. Actually, I can look up here because I haven't been pulling this one. So yeah, it's 3,850 credits daily to get 500, which is not much. And I didn't spend anything on this for the longest time. For me, and you'll have to determine, I suppose, if this is valuable to you or not, but for me, I've noticed that they've added a lot more sources for credits in game, so I feel like I have a little bit more flexibility, and maybe it's my ops level, but I find I have a little bit more flexibility with the credits that I have coming in. And so with that extra flexibility, you know, it gives me options, I guess you could say. And so I find that what I'm doing here is I'm spending now, I've determined that the Federation is the main one I'm going after. If any of you are going after this same Prime, I'd love to hear from you if you have a reason for going after the Klingon or the Romulan. But let's hop into the faction packs. And so it's basically going to increase your shard count that you're getting out of there. It's not officers. I clicked on the wrong thing. I apologize. So recruit. So we have these regular faction recruits, but these elite ones are not cheap. You get one pull. The drop rates 8 shards, guaranteed uncommon or better. So 50% on the uncommon, 40% on the rare, and 10% on the epic. So you have various officers in here that might be important to you. For me, the most important person in here, the reason why I am kind of just been stocking up on these as much as I can lately, is Harrison. John Harrison. I don't remember what tier I have him. Let's look and see. I think it's Harrison here. So I only have him at tier 2. So I still have quite a ways to go. But for those who don't know, you know, he increases weapon damage by 20%, which isn't much. But his officer ability, for the first round of combat, John Harrison ignores 70% of the opponent's shield. So I find that this one here is super valuable and worthwhile investing my my time and energy to unlock. And so when I talk about recruiting and getting the FKR elite, that is where I see the value for me personally. If we hop into the other packs, are there things here, characters that you would like to max? Now, obviously, it'd be great if they added some others here, but there are sourcing for some of these in the game, so it may not be super important to you. But for me, I've already maxed out the shards for a lot of these officers. I guess I could go for, you know, B'Etor to get her resources gained from combat the amalgam. So that's possible. Maybe I should start doing it for that. And maybe I will, I don't know, but not super valuable. For this one, Curon was the one that was the most valuable to me because I wanted that extra impulse speed. There's Honor Guard Worf in here. He does have other sourcing, so that's not the end of the world to kind of bypass or ignore this one. So it depends where you are in the game. Some of these may be more valuable to you than others, but I would always look at these and say, okay, what other sourcing does it have in the game, and is this valuable to me? For me, at my place I am in the game, like I said, the most valuable thing is investing in the Federation pack so I can try and unlock John Harrison. So where am I at right now? And I've been pulling it since the Protector came out. Let's find the elite recruit. So I need about, what was it, 242 more shards, or what do you want to call these? So I'm getting there, slowly making the progress I need, you know, to unlock that. So I guess what it comes down to is, what do you find valuable in those primes? I think the warp speed and I think the elite recruit are worth considering. But that's the video today, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's in my opinion some value there. Some of it's too late to really consider valuable. But I think you always need warp speed, and I think certain officers that may impact and help your gameplay may be worth considering. So if we hop back into that refinery, just remember that the one I'm going after, this elite recruit one, is 2,000 particles. Be much harder to unlock than some of the others, and so you may have to consider that and how much time it's going to take you to unlock all of those. So anyways, hopefully this video was helpful. Leave your comments, questions down below. And I do appreciate each and every one of you, especially this time of year, getting close to Christmas. I appreciate all the support you give me. And I love interacting with the community, whether that's the brief comments that I'm able to interact with on YouTube, on your comments below, or, you know, if you join my Discord, which once again, I always put that links for that down below in the description, so you can join us there. It's a small but growing community. We constantly have people joining us, but I'd encourage you to join. It's easier for me to interact and answer questions and encourage other people to answer your questions if you join Discord. Also invite you to join me on Twitch or on YouTube. Stream twice a week now. I have to sometimes be flexible with my schedule because, you know, kids, well, they change their soccer schedule. I kind of have to work around that with my boy. But right now, I'm currently streaming on Monday nights and Thursday nights, and we're trying to just expand kind of our game. So Monday nights, we're playing Final Fantasy 14. On Thursday nights, we're doing some Jackbox games, which, by the way, is super fun. Feel free to join us for that little party night we have. And then we play some Star Trek Fleet Command. But just trying to have fun with the community. I love those who join us, but I would love to see each and every one of you kind of just pop in, say hi, hang out while you're playing the game. Just love to see you and hang out and interact as much as possible. So anyways, that's me for today. Have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.